पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीता मा वृदः कस्य धनम्। कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषेचतं समः एवं त्वयिनान्यतेतोऽस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे। असुर्यानां ते लोकान्धेन तमसावृतः तांस्ते प्रीत्या विगच्छन्ति ये चात्मनो जनः। अनेजदेकं मनसो जभियो नैन देवाप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्षत् तद्धावतो ज्ञानते तिष्ठ तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति। तदेजति तन्नेजति तद्दूरे तदन्तिके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तत्सर्वस्यास्य भाग्यतः। So till fifth we did. Now today we'll start with the sixth
We
verse.
did five.
Sixth we have to start, right? यस्तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि आत्मन्येवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते। यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मन्येवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते। यह he who to but सर्वाणि all bhutani living entities atmani in relation to the supreme lord eva only anubhashyati observes in a systematic way sarvabhuteshu in every living being cha and atmanam the super soul tatah thereafter na not vijugupsate hates anyone. He who sees systematically everything in relation to the supreme lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the supreme lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Lord is situated in everyone's heart, so naturally should not hate anyone. Then he sees everything in relation to Krishna. That is how he is not in Maya. Maya means you consider something which is different from Lord. Everything is connected to Krishna. Then he sees all living entities as parts and parcels of Lord. So in this way, Mamaivansho Jivadoke Jivabhuta Sanatana. This is all living entities are part and parcels. And in everything, Lord resides as Paramatma. And everything is in relation with Lord. If this is the vision, then Lord is not lost for him even for a fraction of a second. He doesn't hate anyone. He sees Lord in everything. So Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is present everywhere. Lord is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Everywhere Lord resides. Lord resides everywhere. And in everyone, Lord resides. Everyone belongs to Lord. And everything is related with Lord. This is actually Brahman aspect. Everything is related with Lord. That means in everything, Lord is there, Brahman aspect. Then everyone are his part and parcel. That means this is Bhagavan aspect. The Lord is master, everyone are his children, part and parcel. And then if you see the same three features, you see Lord residing in everything, Paramatma. The same three features are told in a very nice way. Lord is situated everywhere. That means what? Lord is situated everywhere. That means there is Brahman aspect. Everything in relation to Lord. So everything in relation to Lord signifies the Brahman aspect. Everyone are his part and parcel signifies the Bhagavan aspect. His part and parcel. His. That means he is a person. And every one of us are his part and parcel. And in everything, Lord resides. In everyone, Lord resides. That means this Paramatma is. So when a person understands the three features of Lord, then he never hates anyone. Very important. He never hates anyone. Okay. Goloka start. Yourself and Aruna Upadhyay Mataji, both of you share these words. There are only 2 pages. So you read up to 2 paragraphs. From there, Aruna will read.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yastu sarvani bhutanya atmanya evanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. Translation: He who systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a description of the Mahabhagavata, the great personality who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord's presence is realized in 3 stages. The Kanishta Adhikari is in the lowest stage of realization. He goes to a place of worship, such as a temple, church, or mosque, according to his religious faith, and worships there according to scriptural injunctions. Devotees in this stage consider the Lord to be present at the place of worship and nowhere else. They cannot ascertain who is in what position in devotional service, nor can they tell who has realized the Supreme Lord. Such devotees follow the routine formulas and sometimes quarrel among themselves, considering one type of devotion better than other. These Kanishta Adhikaris are actually materialistic devotees who are simply trying to transcend the material boundary to reach the spiritual plane. Those who have attained the second stage of realization are called Madhyama Adhikaris. These devotees observe the distinctions between 4 categories of being: 1. The Supreme Lord; 2. The devotees of the Lord; 3. The innocent who have no knowledge of the Lord; and 4. The atheists who have no faith in the Lord and hate those in devotional service. The Madhyama Adhikari behaves differently towards these 4 classes of men. He adores the Lord, considering him the object of love. He makes friends with those who are in devotional service. He tries to awaken the dormant love of God in the hearts of the innocent, and he avoids the atheist who deride the very name of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. Above the Madhyamadhikari is the Uttamadhikari, who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee does not discriminate between an atheist and the theist, but sees everyone as a part and parcel of God. He knows that there is no essential difference between a vastly learned Brahmana and a dog in the street, because both of them are part and parcel of the Lord. Although they are engaged in different bodies, on the account of the different qualities of their activities in their previous lives. He sees that the Brahmana, the particle of the Supreme Lord, has not misused his little independence given him by the Lord, and that the dog particle has misused his independence and is therefore being punished by the Lord punished by the laws of nature by being engaged in the form of a dog. Not considering the respective actions of the Brahmana and the dog, the Uttamadhikari tries to do good to both. Such a learned devotee is not misled by material bodies but is attracted by the spiritual spark within them. Those who intimate in a Uttamadhikari by flaunting a sense of oneness or fellowship but who behaves on the bodily platform are actually false philanthropists. The conception of the universal brotherhood must be learned from a Uttamadhikari and not from a foolish person who does not properly understand the individual soul or the Supreme Lord's super soul expansion, who dwells everywhere. It is clearly mentioned in the sixth mantra that one should observe or systematically see. This means that one must follow the previous acharyas, the perfected teachers. Anupashyanti is the exact Sanskrit word used in this connection. Anu means to follow and Pashyanti means to observe. Thus, the word anupashyanti means that one should not see
Anupashyati.
things.
Pashyati.
Anupashyati.
Anupashyati.
Anupashyati. Anupashyati means that one should not see things as he does with the naked eye, but should follow the previous acharyas. Due to material defects, the naked eye cannot see anything properly. One cannot
Naked.
see properly
Naked. Naked
naked
eye.
eye. Okay, one cannot see properly unless one has heard from a superior source, and the highest source is the Vedic wisdom, which is spoken by the Lord Himself. Vedic truths are coming in disciplic succession from the Lord to Brahma, from Brahma to Narad, and from Narad to Vyasa, and from Vyasa to his many disciples. Formerly, there was no need to record the message of Vedas because people in earlier ages were more intelligent and had sharper memories. They could follow the instructions simply by hearing once from the mouth of the bona fide spiritual master. At present, there are many commentaries on the revealed scriptures, but most of them are not in the line of disciplic succession coming from Srila Vyasadeva, who originally compiled the Vedic wisdom, the final, most perfect and sublime work by Srila Vyasadeva in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. There is also in the Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by the Lord Himself and recorded by Vyasadeva. These are the most important revealed scriptures, and any commentary that contradict the principles of the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is unauthorized. There is a complete agreement among the Upanishad, Vedanta Sutra, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam, and no one should try to reach any conclusion about the Vedas without receiving instruction from the members of the Vyas Devas disciplic succession, who believes in personality of God, who believes in the personality of Godhead and His diverse energies as they are explained in Sri Upanishad. According to the Bhagavad Gita 18.54, one who is already on the liberated platform, Brahmabhuta, can become a Uttamadhikari, can become an Uttamadhikari devotee, and see every living thing as his own brother. This vision cannot be held by politicians who are always after some material gain. One who imitates the symptoms of an Uttamadhikari
Imitates.
may
Imitates.
imitates
The
the
symptoms.
symptoms of an Uttamadhikari may serve another's outward body for the purpose of fame or material reward. But he does not serve the spirit soul. Such an imitator
Imitator.
can have no information of the spiritual world. The Uttamadhikari sees the spiritual soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served. Hare Krishna.
So anupashyati, this word is very important. Anupashyati. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyevanupashyati. In relation to the Lord, he sees, but how? Anu, like how his spiritual master has seen, how the Guru Shishya Parampara has seen. Mahajano yena gataspantaha, following the footprints of Mahajana, following the footprints of our acharyas. Anu, having that vision, not that I see, I cannot see. I have no qualification to see also. The sight is given by the spiritual master. Sometimes we say, I am a great bhakta. I am doing a lot of bhakti. I have no qualification even to utter the word bhakti. I have been molded to do it. It is because of the Guru Shishya Parampara I have been put in this task. Always understand, we cannot do anything on our own. We have no strength to do. That is why Anu means following the footprints. Then only that type of vision comes. Or it's very difficult to have such vision. Artificially, we cannot have. Artificially, we cannot try to become an Uttam Oh, I am very equal to everyone. Or sometime afterwards, we'll have our own way. So that is why artificial compassion cannot be had. But if we follow our acharyas, they will mold us, they will guide us. Acharyas are always there. Guru Maharaj is always there to guide. Even though Guru Maharaj has gone to the spiritual world, but still he is with us. His name is Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I feel his presence every time. In fact, now I am feeling more presence. After his departure, his presence is felt more. That means Acharyas never die. They're always there. They're always there to bless us. And we have to just follow in their footprints. They are there in their words, they are there in their books, they are there in the teaching. Yes, physical presence, Vapu Seva, not possible now, but Vani Seva is possible. Following whatever they have taught us. So this is very much important. Whatever our acharyas have taught, that vision one should keep. So everyone has a particular spiritual master who are the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Just follow. Follow whatever one spiritual master has told. And if you do that sincerely, seriously, that is known as Anupashyati. Sarva Bhutani Chatman. Then only one can see, one will not hate anyone and one can see Lord in everyone. Okay. Then now,
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji, Geeta Mataji is trying to join, but link is not allowing. Link is not opening, as she has mentioned.
Gautam, open the link. If you have closed it, then tell her to call Gautam. Give Gautam's number to her. यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मन्येव भूतजानतः तत्र को मोहः शोकः एकत्वमनुपश्यतः यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैव भूतजानतः तत्र को मोहः शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैव भूतजानतः. Yasmin, in the situation, Sarvani, all, Bhutan, living entities, Atma, the Chit, Kana, or spiritual spark, Eva, only. Abhuta exists as Vijanataha, one who knows, Tatra therein, Kaha what, Moha, illusion, Kaha what, Shoka, anxiety, Ekatvam, oneness in quality, Anubhashyati, of one who sees through authority, or one who sees constantly like that. So one who always sees all the living entities as spiritual entities, as spiritual sparks, in quality with the Lord, becomes a true knower or things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for them? He is seeing everyone as spiritual spark. That is what Krishna has told. Everyone is a spiritual Mamaivacha Jiva Loki, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. That means everyone is a spiritual spark. But what happens to the spirituality? Covered by illusion. That is why the devotee has more compassion towards such ignorant people. There's a nice question was asked in the Chaitanya Bhagavat class when Lord is dealing with the Kazi who has so much of hatred towards Kirtan. The answer to the question is the one who is atheist and one who has no love for Lord, instead of hating that person, give more opportunity, show compassion. And we have compassion towards God, who doesn't know anything about God. Why don't we have compassion towards a human who doesn't know anything about God, who doesn't want to know also? Instead of hating, we can show compassion. But if he's not listening, there are ways and means to give him Krishna consciousness. Still he's not listening, leave him. Leave him at the mercy of Lord. Pray for him, that we can do easily. You can pray for his goodness to Lord, that we can. There are so many people who hate Lord. They don't want to even come near devotees. So what is the best thing we can do? We can pray, Lord, Lord, show mercy unto them. Because they hate Lord, they hate everything. They hate everyone. That is their nature. They hate Lord. That is why they are not humble. Humble to leave it aside. They're cruel. They're very cruel. They kill animals. They kill people. They become terrorists. Or they may be very good people in the society, but they hate Lord. Sometimes too much of goodness, too much of charity, showing that He is God. He is the one who is benefiting everyone. Such people are also there who want to compete with Lord. You see such people just show compassion. I remember I once I had gone to one donor's house. One person, somebody told he's a donor. He's a very rich man. We were conducting Hare Krishna festival, so I had to go. So when I went there, he was saying, you all feed the people who are already fed, who are already, they have food in the stomach. We should go to those people, those who don't have food to eat. I heard him. We should go and help beggars, not that conduct festivals and waste the money. I told you are the first beggar. Actually, I was alone there. He was also alone. Somehow what guts I got, I don't know. I told you are the first beggar. You have so many things in your house, but you don't have prasad. So what we are giving is not food. We are giving prasad, the food for life, the food of the soul. So in fact, you should feel yourself very blessed to come and have prasad. That is food of the soul. In the houses, you get food where you don't offer to Lord. He gave me 50,000 rupees. You know that? This was in 2006. I think now that value must be at least 1.5. So you have to give right knowledge to people. There are so many people who think Krishna conscious activity is just a social activity. It is not social. It's something beyond. In Corona, I was given COVID Warrior Award. Because every day we used to feed 1,000 people. Whatever samarthya we could, 1,000 packets used to be made and distributed. Sometimes in hospitals, mostly in prostitute areas, where they were not having any jobs and there were nobody to help them also. Prostitute means who will go? Nobody, but they are also jivas. Now we have to be compassionate to them also. So there also, hospitals. Then those who were migrating from one place to another place, so we used to distribute. We got COVID warning award. At that time, the MP, Member of Parliament, he conducted. He told me to speak for 2 minutes. Many were there, but no one was allowed because we came from temple. He told me to speak. I told we did not distribute any food. All the same what happened. I said we did not give any food. Again, 2 times I told. Then the person, Member of Parliament, is looking at me. Just now we told in COVID, so many packets of food was given. Third time I told, we did not distribute any food. And last I told, we only gave Krishna Prasad. There is a lot of difference in Krishna Prasad and food. Krishna Prasad removes our karmas. Lord eats, Lord Uchishta we eat. That is Krishna Prasad. That is how the best compassion one can show to the suffering soul is by distribution of prasad. Prabhupada has emphasized on distribution of prasad. You ask any devotee, how did you come? By taking khichdi. Everyone's answer is that. Even we came because of taking khichdi on. Khichdi of ISKCON is, and Prabhupada somebody asked, what do you all add into? It's a special masala. And that is Uchishta of Krishna. So, one who sees all living entities and part and parcel, then you'll not hate. You'll somehow try to remove his coverings. People are suffering because of their own graha doshas. What is his graha doshas? Their own karmas. That is why somebody acts like a madman. But everyone is a spark of Lord. Coverings are there. That covering has to be removed. Purification has to happen. Becomes a true knower. So no one is bad actually. Everyone is divine. I am divine, you are divine, everyone is divine. Our divinity is not understandable because of our own vice. We have so many thought processes, idiotic thought processes. You see, you connect your mind to a TV and think, what all I am thinking, chi, you'll actually take a chappal and beat yourself. The same thought processes are there in Krishna, then Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayoho, Ambarish Maharaj says. So what then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Illusion is there in our consciousness. If our consciousness is purified, contamination consciousness is purified, and that can be purified only when we do certain things. Like when we see elders, pay obeisances, very much important. When we see our Guru, pay obeisances. From one you are learning, one you are hearing, he becomes the Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, devotees, when you see them, pay obeisances. 10 times if you pay obeisances, that is good. You see a devotee, pay obeisances. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Last line is what? Patitanam pavanebhyo. We are all patita atmas. Patita means we are fallen souls. It's only Vaishnava who can purify us. So all this pride, anger, ahankara, madness, illusion, everything will automatically go just by following certain things. Small, these are the tips. When you see a Vaishnava, pay obeisance. When you see Lord, pay obeisance. When you have Kirtan, clap your hands. That removes our doshas. The hand reshas are there. They are our karmas. When you clap, the sinful birds which sits in our consciousness automatically runs away. Don't keep your hands folded. Sometimes you see pride people, they come with folded hands behind. They are all the lakshanas of pride. You may say, oh, I'm not a proud person, but they are all the lakshanas. Prabhupada has taught, raise your hands up and dance. This is the expression of complete surrenderance. Clap, raise, play karta, dance. So all these things are for removing our sinful birds. Like you shake a tree, the birds fly. You dance in ecstasy. The sinful birds automatically go away because a person dances before Father. Only when you're outside you stand like this. But when your father is there, what you do is small child dances. And the father likes. That's how Prabhupada has taught simple things to purify our consciousness. Just these are very simple things. When somebody comes and just stands and stares at Lord, and nothing is going to happen. Lord will not even look at that person. But same thing, you do something amusing, Lord also likes to see something of, oh, wonderful. Like a child, like stupid like he sees. Even mother, father will not look at the child. But the child does something, claps, sings. Mother and father likes to see, isn't it? These are the simple tips to progress in devotional service. That is, when in every ISKCON temple, devotees dance in ecstasy. Prabhupada has taught this. They dance in ecstasy, they clap, they play obeisances, they carry the Lord in the Rathas. If you see in Sri Vaishnavas, every evening they have Ratha Mahotsav. They'll bring the Utsava Vigraha, they will carry, at the time they will sing and go. These are all the ways to present yourself before Lord. In Guruvayur, if you go, Lord is placed on the elephant. So these are the ways to show our love for Lord. Lord has given us a human body, isn't it? The first grateful thing one should express is, I have got a human body, O Lord. Whether I am rich or whether I am poor, that is not the matter. First thing, first richness is I have got a human body, human intelligence, association of devotees. So, yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. There can be no fortune beyond this. If one Lord wants to lose this fortune, then Lord is also helpless, get lost in. If one will avail whatever is taught, then understand One will only progress in devotional service. And this can be, who knows, last life or maybe some more life, but in every life, one is sure to get devotional service. So, Pushpa Mataji, read the word, and Palash, Pushpa Mataji, both of you share.
Hare Krishna.
And 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Both of you share.
Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanatah tatra ko mohaka soka ekatvam anupashyatah. One who always sees all living entities as spiritual sparks in quality, one with the Lord, becomes a true knower of things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Except for the Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari discussed above, no one can correctly see the spiritual position of a living being. The living entities are qualitatively one with the Supreme Lord, just as the sparks of a fire are qualitatively one with the fire. Yet sparks are not fire as far as quantity is concerned, for the quantity of heat and light present in the sparks is not equal to that in fire. The Mahabhagavata, the great devotee, sees oneness in the sense that he sees everything as the energy of the Supreme Lord. Since there is no difference between the energy and the energetic, there is the sense of oneness. Although from the analytical point of view, heat and light are different from fire, there is no meaning to the word fire without heat and light. In synthesis, therefore, heat, light, and fire are the same. In this mantra, the words Ekatvam Anupashyata indicate that one should see the unity of all living entities from the viewpoint of the revealed scriptures. The individual sparks of the Supreme Whole, the Lord, possess almost 80% of the known qualities of the whole, but they are not quantitatively equal to the Supreme Lord. These qualities are present in minute quantity, for the living entity is but a minute part and parcel of the Supreme Whole. To use another example, the quantity of salt present in a drop is never comparable to the quantity of salt present in the complete ocean. But the salt present in the drop is qualitatively equal in chemical composition to all the salt present in the ocean. If the individual living being were equal to the Supreme Lord, both qualitatively and quantitatively, there would be no question of his being under the influence of the material energy. In the previous mantras, it has already been discussed that no living being, not even the powerful demigods, can surpass the Supreme Being in any respect. Therefore, ekatvam does not mean that a living being is equal in all respects to the Supreme Lord. It does, however, indicate that in a broader sense, there is one interest, just as in a family, the interest of all members is one, or in a nation, the national interest is one. Although there are many different individual citizens, since the living entities are all members of the same Supreme Family, their interest and that of the Supreme Being are not different. Every living being is the son of the Supreme Being. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 7.5, all living creatures throughout the universe, including birds, reptiles, ants, aquatics, trees, and so on, are emanations of the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, all of them belong to the family of the Supreme Being. There is no clash of interest.
Clash of interest. Okay. From here, Palash, you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The spiritual entities are meant for enjoyment, as stated in the Vedanta Sutra 1.1.12. Ananda Mayo Bahasta, by the nature and the constitution. Anandamayo
Why are you saying
Bhasat.
Mayo? 1 minute. Why are you saying Mayo? BHYA is what? Dhyan. I should teach you to read in English. Anandamayo Bhyasa Dhya. Anandamayo Bhyasat.
Anandamayo Bhasat. By nature and constitution, every living being, including the Supreme Lord and each of his parts and parcels, is meant for eternal enjoyment. The living being who are engaged in the material tabernacle. Mataji, what is this? Tabernacle. Are constantly seeking enjoyment.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle meaning? Tabernacle.
See,
Are
check,
constant.
Material tabernacle means in the material, you say na, jhamela pura. This all this is the network of material cage. It's an encage in the material tabernacle. Yeah.
Are constantly seeking enjoyment, but they are seeking it on the wrong platform. Apart from the material platform, it is the spiritual platform where the Supreme Being enjoy himself with his innumerable associates. On that platform, there is no trace of material qualities, and therefore that platform is called Nirguna. On the Nirguna platform, there is never a clash over the objects of enjoyment. Here in the material world, there is always a clash between different individual beings because here the proper center of enjoyment is missed. The real center of enjoyment is the Supreme Lord, who is the center of the sublime and the spiritual rasa dance. We are meant to join him and enjoy life with one transcendental interest and without any clash. That is the highest platform of the spiritual interest. And as soon as one realizes this perfect form of oneness, there can be no question of illusion, moha, or lamentation, soka. A godless civilization arises from illusion, and the result of such civilization is lamentation. A godless civilization, such as that sponsored by the modern politician, is always full of anxiety because it may be crushed at any moment. This is the law of nature, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.14. No one but those who surrender at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord can surpass the stringent laws of nature. Thus, if we wish to get rid of all sorts of illusion and anxiety and create unity out of all diverse interests, we must bring God into all our activities. The result of our activities must be used to serve the interest of Lord and not for any other purpose. Only by serving the Lord's interest, we can perceive the Atma Bhuta interest mentioned herein. The Atma Bhuta interest mentioned in this mantra and the Brahma Bhuta interest mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 18.54 are one and the same. The Supreme Atma or the soul is the Lord himself, and the minute Atma is a living entity. Minute Atma is a living entity. The Supreme Atma or Paramatma alone maintains all the individual minute beings, for the Supreme Lord wants to derive pleasure out of their affection. The Father extends himself through his children and maintains them in order to derive pleasure. If the children obey the Father's will, family affairs will run smoothly with one interest and a pleasing atmosphere. In the same situation is transcendently arranged in the absolute family of Param Brahma, the Supreme Spirit. The Param Brahma is as much as person.
Para-Brahman.
Parabrahman is as much a person as the individual entity. Neither the Lord nor the living entity are impersonal. Such transcendental personalities are full of transcendental bliss, knowledge, and life eternal. That is the real situation of spiritual existence. And as soon as one is fully cognizant of this transcendental position, he at once surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Being, Shri Krishna. But such a Mahatma or a great soul is very rarely seen because such transcendental realization
What
is
you read?
achieved.
What you are reading? What you are reading? You read Sri Krishna, but such a Mahatma. Why you don't give pause? When you read, it becomes like Sri Krishna, but such a Mahatma. He at once surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Being, Sri Krishna. Stop there. Learn to even speak English properly. But such a Mahatma, a great soul, is very rare to see. Where should be the pause? I was shocked when I saw what you're reading.
Sorry.
What it becomes? It becomes Sri Krishna, but such a Mahatma. He's not a Mahatma. Whole meanings changes. Just don't just go on reading. Have a pause. Have beautification in reading even the lines. But such a Mahatma, a great soul, is very rare to be seen because such transcendental realization is achieved only after many, many births. Once it is attained, however, there is no longer any illusion or lamentation or the miseries of the material existence or birth and death, which are all experienced in our present life. This is the information we get from the mantra of Sri Upanishad, Ishopanishad. Very clearly it has been said, Parabrahman is as much as a person as the individual living entities. So neither the Lord nor the living entities are impersonal. The Lord is also a person. As much as living entity is a person, Lord is also a person. Okay? So Lord is a person. Pushpa, mute your phone. So Lord is a person. So naturally he should have wonderful qualities. And all these qualities are given in mantra 8, which we'll do next. Not immediately now, the next class. In these two shlokas, whatever in doubts is there, you can ask. So I don't want to
Hare
run
Krishna,
about.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, in the meaning of the seventh mantra, there is this chit word used, but I don't see that word in the mantra. The meaning of chit is written chit kana or spiritual spark.
Chitkana means spark.
But
don't
that
have
is
to.
not visible in the sloka. Where is chit, Mataji?
Where need not be, na? It is here in the verse 7, na? Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanata. In the previous verse it is there, na? Ekatvam anupashyatah. It is there, in the previous verse what is there? Sarva bhuteshu chatmanam atmanyeva anupashyati. He sees all as a part and parcel. Sarva bhuteshu, observes in a systematic way. There also you don't have. Yasmin sarvani bhutani. Is there, na? Atmachit. Atmaiva bhut vijanata. Atmachit eva. Atmai. Yeah, that is true what you are saying. This chit is not there, but here still Prabhupada has put chit. Added chit. Atmachiteva. Atmachiteva. It will not come also. Atmachiteva bhut vijanata. Atmachitva bhut vijanata. Atmachitva. Atmachiteva bhut vijanata. That has been added here. Was Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhut Vichanta. This chit has been added. It's been added. Okay. The spiritual spark. Instead of the chit is actually just come after a comma. You see that? Just come after a comma. Yes. It is not a word extra. But Atma has been continued. The chit kana. You understanding? The chit kana. It is not extra added. It's the right one. The chit kana. Atma refers to the chit kana. Okay. Because after every word there is a colon. Two dots are there. Here, that is why I thought why it is the comma is put. Atma is what meaning is how the. It is the chit kana. You understanding? The spiritual spark, the chit kana. How the the came? Atma is not the chit kana. Okay, so clear.
Yes.
Yes. So Monday we'll meet and discuss about the beautiful qualities which has been given. Very nice verses. Pariga Chakramaka Asna Shubham Papadikam Kabir Manishi Paribu Swayambu Yata Tyotan Veda Shastra Vidya Samabhya. This is a little bit hard work, but very nice. We'll see that on Monday. Vanchakalpatarudesha Kripasindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Shravindra ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So end the meeting, Gautam. End the meeting.